Hello, my name is Sean Cassidy. I've been involved in retirement and investment planning for over 30 years. Given the complexity and changing nature of planning, I hope you find the following of interest to you. Defined contribution schemes, which are more commonly known as DC schemes, are where the employer and the employee pay a fixed level of contribution, which is usually expressed as a percentage of salary. The contributions are invested in a fund for the employee in order to provide retirement benefits. DC schemes do not provide any guarantee to the employee. The benefits available at retirement will depend on a number of different factors, including contribution levels, fund performance, plan charges and annuity rates at the employee's retirement age. Defined benefit schemes are more commonly known as DB schemes, which aim to provide a set level of pension and/or lump sum at retirement. The level of benefits depends on the employee's service in the scheme and salary at retirement. Where employees are required to contribute to DB schemes, they usually pay as a percent of salary. The employer contribution will be set by the scheme actuaries at the level required to ensure the scheme can meet its obligations. Generally, DB schemes in the private sector aim to provide employees a pension of 1/60th of salary for every year of service, subject to a maximum of 40/60ths. The employees may have the option to take a retirement lump sum and a reduced pension. When you leave the service of an employer and you have secured a pension fund from your service, you will have various options available to you. Assuming the company pension scheme is not being wound up, the member may be able to leave their pension benefits in the scheme until they reach their normal retirement age. For DC schemes, the preserved benefit will be based on the value of the contributions paid to the scheme by both the employee and the employer on behalf of the member. Defined benefit schemes. For DB schemes, the employee's entitlement will be based on the scheme rules. The value of the company pension may be transferred to a personal retirement bond in the employee's own name. The options available at retirement will be the options available under the company pension scheme. If the employee has less than 15 years service in the company pension scheme with his employer, then he can transfer to a PRSA. A certificate of comparison will be required where the transfer value is greater than 10,000 and the pension scheme is not being wound up. Note, if the employee has more than 15 years service in the pension scheme, he does not have the option to transfer to a PRSA. If the employee has joined a company pension scheme with a new employer, then they have the option to transfer their benefits from their previous employer to the new scheme. Alternatively, if the company pension scheme with the previous employer is a one-member scheme, the new employer can take over the scheme by completing a supplementary letter of exchange. If the employee has reached age 50, then they may be able to avail of early retirement and take their benefits immediately, with the agreement of the employer and the scheme trustees. Benefits payable will be those available under the company pension scheme on early retirement. Where the employee has less than 2 years qualifying service in the scheme for retirement benefits, then on leaving service, they may receive a refund of their own contributions. This refund, however, will be subject to standard rate tax at 20%. There are many options available on leaving service. Some of these options are quite complex and involve very specialist knowledge. We at Allen Retirement and Finance are in a position to help guide you along this path and ultimately help you to select the option which suits your circumstance best. So, for complete peace of mind, please contact ARF today for your initial consultation.